Guys, we're really blessed to be living in the Archdiocese right now. Not only do we have the great leadership of the Archbishop and his new pastoral letter, Unleash the Gospel, that we're trying to break open for the parish, and that I pray not just our parish, but parishes throughout Detroit and around the country are reading, because it's really unique. But we're living at a time when one of our own, or a man who's buried here in Detroit, Father Solanus Casey, is about to be beatified. That guy back there, huh?
There we go. Good times.
Yeah, I mean, what a gift for us, huh? So,
huge.
November 18th, Ford Field. So not Blessed Sacrament Cathedral, but Ford Field, where the Lions play.
Yeah.
We're going to have the
65.
beatification mass.
65. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that something? There were
That is
8,000
amazing.
people at his funeral when he passed away. We need to have Ford Field for his beatification mass. So many people have been impacted, not just by him when he was alive, but even after he passed away in his ongoing intercession for us, huh? He's at a monastery downtown in Detroit, on Mount Elliott and I-94, St. Bonaventure's. You've been there.
I have been.
Yeah, you as well?
It's where all the priests go to confession.
That's true. It really is the priest confessional. It's kind of a riot. There's some bishops there too. It's a great place to go. God bless you, brothers, for hearing our and everybody else's confession down there. But his tomb is there. It's a great place to go pray. And what an example to us about what matters and what doesn't.
Yes.
So we were just talking, he was a, what do we call him? What kind of priest?
Simplex.
Which means what?
He can pray the Mass, but he cannot hear confessions.
Yeah, and he couldn't preach.
Yeah.
So here's a guy, his superiors thought, never really gonna amount to much. We'll take you in, kind of a gesture of goodwill on our part, right?
Yeah.
You know, come on in, you can be in, but we don't want you to cause any damage.
They didn't even take him too far in. They just let him man the door. He was just the porter.
That's right, he was the doorkeeper, right? And yet thousands upon thousands of people met him, and they all remember him.
Yeah.
I'll bet they don't remember a single homily they ever heard at that place, right? Talk about the importance of hospitality
Definitely.
and of kindness, right? Something I'm trying to work on. You know? It's like, that's a fruit of the Spirit, kindness. Wow, who knew? Okay, great. So what a great witness for us, right? About the things that matter and the things that don't. The Archbishop talks about how we want to aspire to be unusually gracious in our hospitality.
And what a time for Solanus Casey to be beatified, because when there's a beatification or a canonization, it's almost not so much the person that's being beatified as a way. And the way that Solanus shows us is hospitality.
Yeah, it's a great example for us, isn't it? Right? So we talk a lot around here about the importance of people as they walk into the church. The first people they meet, they're the people at the doors. You know, they don't see you first typically, or you or me. They see the people at the doors. So, you know, there's a sense in the church right now about we're losing sight of essentials. We're focusing in on these people who are greeters or ministers of hospitality. But the Lord's trying to remind us, I think, as we look at someone like Solanus, no, those things are not insignificant.
Yeah.
People are looking to be loved, treated kindly, received graciously, smiled at. It's a joy to have you here, because hopefully we got visitors at this church and every other church on any given Sunday who, for whatever reason, have mustered up the courage to cross through the threshold, and everything's going to depend on whether or not they were greeted and received warmly, right?
Oh yeah. When I was in ninth grade, a police officer explained to us why people get into the drug culture, and he said how, like, because they're hospitable, they bring them in, they welcome anybody. Well, we got a better drug. We have Jesus Christ. You know, let's at least be hospitable.
That's right. That's right. What's the constant critique of Christians, or a common critique of Christians? Cold, sterile, uncaring.
Yeah.
We want to shatter that,
Yeah.
don't we? And the Lord wants us to shatter that.
Amen.
The scriptures remind us about being hospitable, because Hebrews reminds us we have often entertained angels unaware. Who knows how many times people have come to the door, and we treated them with a snub.
Yeah.
We might have just been snubbing an
That's
angel.
quite a thought, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa says, when you see a beggar with their hand out, just think, you did this to me.
Ooh, how's that go again?
You did this to me. Unless you're left-handed, then it's the other way. But
Wow. I got to remember that. Often, unfortunately, my hand's like this, and then I don't give them a chance to speak to me. Yeah. Right? So this is a great opportunity for the Archdiocese of Detroit and for the church of the United States just to rejoice, to give thanks to God for the gift of a man who's being raised to the altars as a blessed now, and to ask his intercession. And you were saying earlier, how did he always encourage people to pray?
To thank God in advance for answered prayer.
Yeah, so people would come to him with all these petitions. He would sit and pray with them. Interesting, again, they'd go to the porter. They didn't go to the other priest. They went to him because they knew he cared, because he was kind and gracious and hospitable. So they thought, okay, I think you got time. I'm going to go spend time with you. I'm going to ignore the other guy over there. And then Father Solanus would listen to them, pray with them, and then thank God ahead of time.
Yeah, I love that. Thank God in advance. Like he knew God was going to carry through. He knew he could trust in God. That's a man of profound faith.
You know, one of the reasons that we put this wall back here a couple of years ago was to remind people not only that there are saints who lived in this area, but that they lived not that long ago. One of your heroes, Fulton Sheen, Solanus, and the Archbishop in his letter, he's praying for many beatifications from the Archdiocese of Detroit. It's not just that we're supposed to look at Solanus and go, oh, wow, wouldn't that be nice? I can actually be a saint.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
You can be a saint.
Yeah.
You can be a saint. In fact, if I don't become a saint, I failed life.
Yeah.
Life has one tragedy, not to become a saint. It's the destiny that we're all made for, right? So let's pray that we are inspired by Solanus, but we don't just admire him from afar, but rather that we let the Lord exploit whatever gifts that he's given to us, take over those defects that still need to get taken over and healed, and we can become holy ourselves.
Yeah, God did not use up his love on Father Solanus. There's enough of God's love to go around.
That's right.
Amen.
Please God, one day there's going to be a church named after you, and after you, and maybe a hall after me, I don't know. But we all want to strive to be holy. So no one's happier than the saints. Let's ask Solanus to intercede for us that we might be able to share in that same happiness.
Amen.
Amen.